We're going to look at search engine optimization, and we're going to start with a client who had her website made somewhere else, and when people would search for custom wall murals in Fort Lauderdale, they could never find her. Now you look for custom wall murals Fort Lauderdale in Google, and she comes up at the top of the list. Now, I did not make the website windowsofimagination.com. I fixed it. So the problem is, as the owner of the site told me, Diane Hickey, she spent a fortune trying to save money by going to the wrong people. And now that she hired us to fix her website, now people find her and she's making money. If we change that search to wall murals Fort Lauderdale instead of custom wall murals, we still find her. She's just a little bit further down on the page, but we still find her. Here she is, custom wall murals of Fort Lauderdale. Now we're going to try Yahoo. The two most popular search engines in the world are Yahoo and Google. We're going to look for a Fort Lauderdale divorce attorney, and one thing Fort Lauderdale has is attorneys. We've got hundreds and hundreds of them, so it's a very competitive field. And here's Yellow Pages and some others. Here's Tordella Law, my client, Dan Tordella. And now people are finding him on the internet when they search for Fort Lauderdale divorce attorney. Let's look at another attorney category. We'll look for a Fort Lauderdale criminal defense attorney. And we will find Gary Cole Law at the top of the list. And now one thing that's important to note is that criminals are not the smartest people. They probably didn't pay attention in school. So let's say they misspell the word defense. Well, we still find Gary Cole at the top of the list. And the reason for that is that we hid the misspelling in his website intentionally, knowing that people will misspell it. So let's look at another one. We'll go to Google this time, and we will search for an agency and see who we find. Okay, now this is business.com. It's a directory. Here's morebusiness.com. But the first ad agency that actually comes up on the list is Ad Excellence, our company. So we built our website properly. And the reason full service ad agency is important, first of all, think about what I searched for. I didn't say Broward. I didn't say Fort Lauderdale. I didn't say Hollywood. I just said full service advertising agency. This is why we have clients from all around the United States and even in the Bahamas, Indonesia, Germany, South America. From all around the world, people find us if they search for full service advertising agency. This search will work no matter where in the world you are sitting, if you go to Google or Yahoo. Now, our best clients are the ones who are looking for a full service ad agency because they want more than just a logo or a brochure. They want a brochure, a website, and so on. They want it all to match. So full service ad agency is important to us. Now I'm going to change one thing here. Instead of advertising, I'll just try the word ad, because some people will say ad agency. Well, then in that case, we come up number one on the list. So either way, ad agency, advertising agency, you will find us. Let's say you want to advertise in a movie theater somewhere in Florida. So you go for Florida movie theater advertising. And who do we find? We find Ad Excellence. And it brings you right to a specific page of our website about movie theater advertising. Hollywood, Florida advertising agency. And here's Ad Excellence. You find us right there, and you find us here. So we're very easy to find if you're looking for an ad agency. And that's what our very best clients will be looking for. We'll look for Fort Lauderdale brochure design. And even though we're located in Hollywood, Florida, you still find us. There we are, Ad Excellence. So it's a matter of building the website properly. That's important. Now let's go to Yahoo. Now, one thing we have in Florida is real estate agents, especially in Boca. There are 5,000 real estate agents. We're going to click the first one on the list. It's my client, Howard Genlin. RBIweb.com is the company that made his website. We'll click on that. It opens up here, and we see that RBIweb.com is a division of Ad Excellence, a South Florida ad agency. So that's who we are. Now, I showed this one for an important reason. People say to me all the time, don't you have to do something to this website to keep it up in the top position? No, you have to build it properly. There are plenty of search engine optimization companies selling the idea that you need them for the rest of your life to make sure you have a good ranking. So this is an old website. I believe it was built in 1997. I haven't touched it since then, and he comes up in the #1 position. Now notice, these people are paying to be here. This is sponsored results. These people are on the right, they're paying to be there. That's sponsored results. The reason they have to pay to be there while my guy is in the #1 position is because they maybe went to someone cheaper. They didn't know how search engines work. They just didn't build that website properly. So if you do it properly, you find my clients. And what good is it to save money getting a cheaper website if no one can find you? That's not saving you money, that's costing you a fortune. We'll look for a Broward commercial roofer. Commercial roofs cost more to build and replace than residential roofs. So this is the phrase important to my client. Now these people hired someone cheaper, so now for the rest of their life they'll pay to be in the sponsored results. My client, Southern Coast Roofing, he's not going to pay. Here's the RBI Web logo. That's one of our websites now. The important thing is he makes thousands and thousands of dollars month after month because he hired the right company to build his website. Now we'll look for Broward transmission repair. And if you go to get your transmission repaired, well, you could click on one of these, the sponsored results, or over here you'll find AMCO. But if you build the website properly, you find Gold Coast Transmission, my client. And we'll look for something else. We'll look for Broward. We'll look for a Broward Auto Body Shop. Anytime you get your car into an accident, what's it going to cost? $2,000, $5,000, $10,000? It's worth a lot of money. There's no reason to hire someone who's incompetent to build your website and then for the rest of your life you pay to be up here. You do it right, and then when people search for Broward Auto Body Shop, here is broward.org, so maybe there's some story about a body shop. But if we click on the first one on the list, we find Auto Tech and Body, which is our client. These people I'm showing you, you could call them and say, hey, is it really true? Do you get business from your website? And they'll say such great things, you'll think I'm paying them to say these great things. And in a way, I am, because they're making money because of the work that our company did. Let's look for a dentist. But we're going to look for a Fort Lauderdale female dentist, and we're not going to go up here to the sponsored results. We're going to find Dr. Natalia Benda. That's my client. And actually, let's look at this again. She's #1 and #2 when we look for a female dentist. Now, we did not build her website. Someone else did, and no one ever found her. That's the problem. So she came to us, we fixed her website. Now we'll look for Fort Lauderdale Spanish dentist, because Dr. Benda does speak Spanish. Here she is again, Dr. Natalia Benda, Pearl White Dentistry. And again, we did not make the website. She wasted money going to someone cheaper. Now she had to pay us to fix it. She's from Brazil, so she speaks Portuguese, and lots of people will search for female dentists or Portuguese dentists. Here she is again, #1. And they'll search for female Spanish or Portuguese dentists because they feel like a female dentist will be more compassionate and so on, or a Spanish dentist because they speak Spanish, or whatever reason. Now we'll go to Google. We'll search for Broward Dental Office and see what we find. And here, well, this is find a cosmetic dentist. That's some directory. But in the #1 position, the first dentist that comes up once again is my client, Dr. Benda. Now it looks like she's the only dentist in the whole county, in all of Broward County, but she's not. She's my client. That's what's supposed to happen. If you go to the right company to have your website built, or if you went to the wrong company, come to us, we'll fix it. But it's always better to just do it once, do it right, and get it done. Now we're going to look for some of those things you can stick your logo on, pens and mouse pads, all those different advertising products or promotional products. So we'll search for advertising products, and in the #1 position, we get a website which is owned